Learn English through story. The dark flame of passion, in the heart of New Orleans. A city known for its vibrant culture and enigmatic charm. Lived a woman named Isabel, at 30. She was an accomplished novelist. Celebrated for her evocative prose that drew readers into a world of deep emotions and intense relationships. Yet, despite her literary success, Isabel felt an emptiness gnawing at her, a longing for something that eluded her grasp. One sultry evening in August, the air thick with humidity and the sweet scent of magnolias, Isabel found herself wandering through the French Quarter. The streets pulsed with life. Jazz music spilled from open doorways, and laughter danced in the air. It was a stark contrast to her solitary existence. And as she strolled, she felt a stirring in her heart, an ache for the passion she had always written about but never experienced. As she meandered through the crowd, her gaze was drawn to a small art gallery tucked between a cafe tilde copyright and a voodoo shop. The flickering light from within seemed to beckon her. Curiosity piqued. She stepped inside, where the dimly lit space was filled with striking paintings that exuded drawn motion. One piece, in particular, captured her attention, a hauntingly beautiful portrait of a woman enveloped in flames, her expression one of both ecstasy and despair. "Isn't it captivating?" A deep voice interrupted her reverie. Isabel turned to find a tall man standing beside her. He had tousled dark hair, piercing green eyes, and a presence that seemed to command the room. "I'm Gabriel," he introduced himself, extending a hand. "Isabel," she replied, shaking his hand. There was an electric spark in that moment, an undeniable chemistry that sent shivers down her spine. "Do you like it?" he asked, nodding toward the painting. "It's haunting," Isabel said, her eyes still fixed on the artwork. "It feels her broken bar alive." Gabriel smiled, his expression revealing a hint of admiration. "That's the artist's intention. Passion is a fire, it can illuminate or consume, much like love." Isabel felt an inexplicable connection to Gabriel as they continued to talk. He was an artist himself, known for his provocative pieces that often explored themes of desire and darkness. As they exchanged stories, Isabel found herself captivated not only by Gabriel's art but also by the intensity of his spirit. He spoke with a fervor that ignited something deep within her, awakening feelings she had long buried. As the evening wore on, they shared a glass of wine at a nearby bar. The chemistry between them intensifying, Isabel felt alive in a way she hadn't in years. Gabriel was like a spark to her dry tinder, and their conversation flowed effortlessly as they delved into the depths of art, passion, and the human experience. "You write about love and desire," Gabriel said, his gaze piercing, "but have you ever truly experienced it?" Isabel hesitated, the weight of his question settling over her. "I've had relationships, but they never felt a broken bar complete. They were safe, comfortable, but not passionate." Gabriel leaned in closer, his voice low and inviting. "What if I told you that passion is often found in the dark places, in the things we fear?" His words sent a thrill through her. She had always been drawn to the complexities of human emotion, the juxtaposition of pleasure and pain. "I suppose that's true," she admitted, her heart racing, "but I've always been afraid to explore those depths. Fear is the enemy of passion," Gabriel said softly, his eyes locked onto hers. "What if we dared to explore it together?" The proposition hung in the air, charged with possibility. Isabel felt a rush of excitement mixed with apprehension. Could she really let herself be consumed by the dark flame of passion? As the night wore on, they exchanged numbers, and as they parted, Gabriel leaned in, brushing his lips lightly against her cheek. The touch ignited a fire within her, a longing that felt both exhilarating and dangerous. Over the next few weeks, their connection deepened, Fueled by late-night conversations and stolen moments, Gabriel introduced Isabel to a world of art that she had only ever glimpsed in her writing. They wandered through galleries and attended underground exhibitions, where the air was thick with creativity and rebellion. Each encounter with Gabriel was a new adventure, awakening a part of Isabel she had kept dormant for far too long. But with the exhilaration came a darker undercurrent. Gabriel was a tempesta, intense and unpredictable. He often spoke of the darker aspects of love, of the sacrifices and the pain that accompanied deep passion. Isabel found herself entranced by his words, yet fearful of the depths he encouraged her to explore. One evening, as they sat on the rooftop of his studio overlooking the city, the sunset painting the sky in hues of crimson and gold, Isabel voiced her concerns. Gabriel, I want to embrace this passion. But what if it consumes me? He turned to her, his expression serious. Passion is a double-edged sword. It can burn you, but it can also illuminate your path. You have to decide how far you're willing to go. In that moment, Isabel felt the weight of his words. She was standing at the precipice of something profound, and she knew that to truly embrace the dark flame of passion, she would need to confront her fears. That night, they kissed under the stars. A kiss that ignited every nerve ending in her body. It was as if the universe conspired to set her free, and for the first time, Isabel allowed herself to surrender to the intensity of her emotions. As their relationship blossomed, so did the darkness that Gabriel embodied. He introduced Isabel to his world, a realm of late-night escapades and reckless abandon. They explored the hidden corners of New Orleans, attending clandestine parties where art, music, and raw emotion intertwined. But with each exhilarating experience, Isabel felt herself teetering on the edge of chaos. One evening, they attended a masquerade ball at an old mansion, the air thick with mystery and desire. Dressed in an elegant black gown and adorned with a delicate mask, Isabel felt both empowered and vulnerable. The atmosphere was electric, and as she danced with Gabriel, she was swept away by the rhythm of the music and the intoxicating energy of the night. As they spun across the dance floor, Gabriel's hand rested possessively on her waist, igniting a fire within her. Let go of your fears, Isabel, he whispered, his breath warm against her ear. Embrace the darkness. Isabel closed her eyes, allowing herself to be consumed by the music and the moment. She felt the dark flame of passion flicker to life within her, and as she swayed against Gabriel, she surrendered to the intoxicating allure of the night. But as the evening wore on, the atmosphere shifted, shadows danced on the walls, and Isabel noticed a tension between Gabriel and a man across the room. The man, tall and brooding, locked eyes with Gabriel, and the intensity of the moment sent a chill down Isabel's spine. She felt an unsettling shift in Gabriel's demeanor, as if the very darkness he had embraced was beginning to consume him. Are you all right? She asked, concern etched on her face. Gabriel forced a smile, but the tension in his jaw betrayed him. I'm fine, just a bit of unfinished business, he replied, his voice taut. Isabel's heart raced as the night wore on. Gabriel seemed lost in his thoughts, his playful spirit dimmed. When the clock struck midnight, the energy in the room shifted once again, and the man from earlier approached them. He wore a mask that obscured his face, but there was an unmistakable darkness in his eyes. Gabriel, the man said, his voice low and smooth, I see you've been enjoying yourself. Leave me alone. Marcus, Gabriel replied, his tone icy. The tension between them was palpable, and Isabel felt a sense of foreboding. What's going on? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Just a little history," Gabriel said curtly, his eyes never leaving Marcus. As the confrontation escalated, Isabel felt her heart race. Marcus was a figure from Gabriel's past, a shadow that seemed to loom larger than life. She could sense the weight of their history, a darkness that threatened to envelop them both. "Isabel," Marcus said, his gaze shifting to her, "you're playing with fire. You don't know what you're getting into. Stay out of this." Gabriel snapped, his voice rising. The intensity of the moment sent a shiver down Isabel's spine. She could feel the darkness pressing in around them. The passion that had once felt so liberating now tinged with danger. As the confrontation continued, Isabel made her way to the exit, her heart pounding. She needed to escape the suffocating atmosphere. To breathe, Gabriel followed her outside, his expression a mixture of frustration and concern. "I'm sorry about that," he said, running a hand through his hair. "Marcus has a way of stirring up trouble." "Is that what this is? Trouble?" Isabel asked, her voice shaking. "I thought we were exploring passion together. But it feels like you're wrestling with demons." Gabriel stepped closer, his eyes dark and intense. "I can't change my past, Isabel, but I want you in my present. You're the only light I have left." His words pierced through her uncertainty, igniting the dark flame of passion once again, but the fear lingered, threatening to extinguish the fire. "I want to be with you, but I can't ignore the danger that surrounds you." He reached for her hand, his grip firm and grounding. "You have to trust me. Let me show you the beauty that exists within the darkness." That night marked a turning point for Isabel. She had tasted the intensity of passion, but now she stood at a crossroads, teetering on the edge of a chasm filled with uncertainty. She realized that to fully embrace the dark flame of passion, she had to confront her own fears, to decide whether she was willing to dance with danger. Over the following weeks, their relationship oscillated between exhilarating highs and terrifying lows. Gabriel introduced her to the underbelly of the art world, where creativity thrived and chaos and beauty was often birthed from pain. Isabel found herself drawn deeper into this world, her creativity flourishing as she poured her heart into her writing. But with each brushstroke of inspiration came the shadows of Gabriel's past. The tension with Marcus lingered like a storm cloud, and Isabel couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness surrounding Gabriel was inching closer to their lives. One night, as they stood in Gabriel's studio, surrounded by his latest paintings, Isabel felt a growing sense of urgency. "Gabriel, I can't ignore the fact that this darkness is consuming you. I love you, but I'm afraid of losing you to it." Gabriel stepped closer, his expression conflicted. "You don't understand, Isabel. This darkness is part of me. It fuels my art, my passion. Without it, I'm lost." "But at what cost?" she implored, her heart aching. "I don't want to lose you to your demons." He reached for her, his touch both tender and desperate. "You won't lose me. I'm here. And I want to fight for us." The weight of his words hung in the air, a promise wrapped in uncertainty. Isabel felt the dark flame of passion flickering within her, urging her to embrace the unknown, to take a leap of faith. Yet, doubt gnawed at her, threatening to extinguish the fire she had so eagerly embraced. The following weeks were a whirlwind of creativity and connection, but the tension between Gabriel and Marcus remained a constant undercurrent. One fateful night, at an art show unveiling Gabriel's latest collection, the darkness erupted into chaos. Marcus appeared uninvited, his presence a storm that threatened to engulf them both. As the evening unfolded, tensions escalated. Gabriel and Marcus exchanged heated words, Their confrontation reaching a boiling point, Isabel watched in horror as the darkness that had loomed over them finally broke free, unleashing the very demons Gabriel had struggled to contain. In the midst of the chaos, Isabel felt her heart racing. She had stepped into the world of passion, but now the consequences threatened to consume her. "Gabriel, please," she cried out, her voice cutting through the tension. "This isn't worth it." But Gabriel was lost in his rage, his dark flame igniting with every word exchanged. In a moment of fury, he lunged at Marcus, and chaos erupted. Isabel's heart sank as she witnessed the darkness take hold, the flames of passion transforming into a blaze of destruction. The fight spilled into the street, and Isabel felt helpless as she tried to reach Gabriel. "Stop, please," she cried, desperation clawing at her throat. In the midst of the chaos, Gabriel turned to her, his expression filled with anguish. "Isabel, I'm sorry," he shouted, his voice raw with emotion. The moment hung heavy in the air, and in that instant, Isabel understood the gravity of their choices. The dark flame of passion had illuminated their lives, but it had also revealed the danger that accompanied such intensity. With tears streaming down her face, Isabel made a choice. She stepped forward, her voice steady amidst the chaos. "Gabriel, I love you, but I can't be part of this darkness anymore. I won't lose myself to it." In that moment, Gabriel faltered, his anger dissipating as he looked into her eyes. The realization hit him hard that the very passion that had drawn them together now threatened to tear them apart. "Isabelle broken bar," he began, his voice breaking. "I need to protect myself, to find my own light," she said, her heart aching. "You have to choose who you want to be." The fight around them came to a standstill, and the weight of her words hung heavy in the air. Gabriel's expression shifted from rage to vulnerability, and in that moment, the darkness that had consumed him began to recede. "I don't want to lose you," he admitted, his voice raw with emotion. "Then let go of this darkness," she urged, tears spilling down her cheeks. "Choose love. Choose life." As the realization washed over him, the flames of passion flickered and dimmed, replaced by a newfound clarity. In that moment, Gabriel understood the depth of Isabel's love and the sacrifices she was willing to make. "I choose you," he said, his voice steady. "I'll fight for us. For the light." As the night wore on, the chaos began to dissolve. The darkness that had once threatened to consume them slowly receded, leaving in its wake a sense of calm. The flames of passion were still there, but now they burned with a warmth that felt safe and nurturing. Isabel took Gabriel's hand, their fingers intertwining as they faced the uncertainty ahead. They had confronted the darkness together, and in doing so, they had discovered the true essence of their love. Over the following months, they rebuilt their relationship, weaving a new tapestry of passion and trust. Gabriel embraced the complexities of his past, using his art as a medium for healing. Together, they explored the depths of their emotions, allowing the dark flame of passion to guide them toward a brighter future. As the seasons changed, so did their love. The intensity that had once consumed them transformed into a steady fire, one that provided warmth and comfort. Isabel's writing flourished. Inspired by the journey they had taken together, she poured her heart into her stories, capturing the beauty and complexity of love in all its forms. In the quiet moments, as they sat together in the fading light of day, Isabel felt a profound sense of gratitude. The dark flame of passion had illuminated their lives, guiding them through the shadows and leading them to a place of understanding and acceptance. With Gabriel by her side, Isabel knew that they could face whatever challenges lay ahead. They had embraced the darkness and emerged stronger, their love a testament to the power of vulnerability and trust. And so, as they stood hand in hand, watching the sun dip below the horizon, Isabel felt the warmth of the dark flame of passion enveloping them, a reminder that even in the depths of darkness, love could flourish, lighting the way to a future filled with hope and possibility. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.